Hello everybody, this is Intrepid83 and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD. Alright, before I move here, considering that the enemies in here are some of the most difficult random encounter, most difficult non-boss enemies in the game, rather than just go through here, I mean, we've already uncovered the map, obviously. Last episode we were doing the treasure hunting, if you will, with the treasure chests and all that stuff. So this episode, I think I'm actually going to put a priority on the enemies. What I mean by that is basically I'm just going to be going around here. I believe there's 15 enemies that I can run into here that I have not run into before, and that I've run into before, you know, in other areas, kind of thing. So I'm actually going to run around here, and I'm actually going to try and demonstrate every single battle in this area, or at least the enemies, anyway, and to be able to give you some, I guess, ideas of how to deal with them, kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's how I'm going to go about this video, and yeah, so I guess I'd better get started then, because this could be a while. Because if it's 15 enemies, you know, even if they're only 3 minutes long each, yeah, it could be a long video. So. Alright, let's get started here. We'll get into the first battle, and then I'll use that to segue into the others. Alright, the first enemy is the Wraith here. The Wraith is the big brother, if you will, of the ghost from the Cavern of the Stolen Faith. Has 22,222 HP, as you can see there. You need to do 13,560 damage to overkill. Resistant to physical attacks, slightly resistant to magical attacks, agility of 25, and just like its weaker brother, its elemental affinities do change. They do vary from Wraith to Wraith, from battle to battle. However, the one thing that it is always weak to is Holy, so definitely the way to go with these things. And it is immune to Sleep, Silence, Darkness, Poison, Petrification, Slow, Zombie, Threaten, Death, Provoke. And it is immune to all 4 of the breaks, and it has Zanmato level of 1. You can steal a Farplane Shadow from it, or a Farplane Wind as the rare steal. And you can actually bribe Farplane Winds from it. You can actually get 60 of them by bribing it, or around 60 of them on average, for bribing it 20 times its maximum HP. And you can actually get a no encounters piece of armor from it as well. So yeah, alright, and yeah, it does cast Doom and all that fun stuff. So, alright, first up, let's, since the only party members we need to worry about with regards to AP, let's bring in Kimahri. We'll bring in Lulu to hit it with Demi. And we'll bring in Yuna to finish it off. Yeah, your mages are going to be quite a boon to have in here, so yeah.
Light our way.
So yeah. And that is the Wraith. And here's a familiar face that we ran into last episode, but it elected to run from the battle for the sake of the treasure chest. So yeah, we've got the Thesaurus here. Alright, the Thesaurus has 7,850 hit points. You need to do 11,775 damage to overkill it. It is resistant to magical attacks and slightly resistant to physical attacks. Has the highest agility in here with 46. No elemental affinities. It is resistant, 20% resistant to Sleep, Silence, and Darkness. Immune to Sensor and Scan. So yeah, this is I think this is actually one of the first areas we've been to where the enemies are actually immune to that status. Has Zanmato level of 1, and you can steal 2 to 3 Petrify Grenades from it. And you can actually bribe it for rename cards. So yeah. Alright, so let's have Riku steal from the chest here. Oh, I guess we got another new enemy as well. And that is the Mimic. Now, the interesting thing about the Mimics here is that there's actually 4 different types, and it all depends on how they, the form they take, if you will. Right now I've got the mech one, probably the most annoying of them to deal with, so I guess that's Sort of a plus, I guess, for the sake of the video. The mech has 40,000 HP, need to do 13,560 damage to overkill it. It is the weakest of the 4 different types of mechs, but it does have a physical defense of 150 and a magic defense of 150 as well. Second most powerful as far as magic, but I don't think it uses any magic. Is the quickest as far as agility-wise with 29. Resistant to all elements. And these the elemental and status resistances apply to all 4 types, so yeah. Resistant to all elements, immune to sleep, silence, darkness, poison, petrification, slow, zombie, threaten, death, provoke, null elemental spells, haste, censor, scan, delay attacks, and all 4 breaks, and has Zanma to level of 4. Does not drop any equipment or items, cannot steal, nothing to steal from it, and nothing to bribe from it either, so yeah. The other variations are a Basilisk, has 40,000 HP, needs to do 13,560 damage to overkill it. It is the second strongest of the 4 of them, and it has a perfect magic defense, so definitely the enemy that you want to use your physical attacks with, most notably with probably with Waka or just basically just use physical attacks, and you should be good to go there. Same elemental and status affinities as the other. Like I said, the elemental and status affinities are all the same for all 4 of them. Next up is the Dual Horn. The Dual Horn has 60,000 HP. You need to do 13,560 damage to overkill it. It is the strongest of the 4, so heads up there, be careful. However, it does not have any resistance to physical or magical attacks beyond the normal elemental resistances. And it is the second, it's the middle of the road as far as agility goes with 25. So yeah, Dual Horns, just lay into it as much as you can. Demi is definitely going to be useful in here, so yeah, heads up there. Lulu double casting Demi is going to be invaluable for you. And yeah, in the case of the Dual Horn, I would say even maybe try double casting with Kimahri. And you know, maybe using Holy with Yuna kind of thing. So yes, give you an idea of what to deal with there. You may, depending on how things go, you may not even need to double cast with Kimahri, because remember, Kimahri, as long as he has the Spirit Lance equipped, he's going to be paying full price as far as MP goes with those spells, so heads up, just be careful there. And then finally, the 4th version is a Garuda, by far the easiest one to spot, because the screen will essentially zoom out to be able to encompass it onto the battlefield. So yeah, 40,000 HP, 13,560 damage to overkill, has a perfect physical defense, so magic attacks are the way to go with it. It has the same amount of strength as the Basilisk, so yeah, it's the middle of the road as far as strength goes. And it is also the slow, again, along with the Basilisk, is the slowest with an agility of 22, and has all the same elemental and status affinities as well. Alright, so in this case, let's bring in Lulu. Have her double cast some Demis here. Another thing about the Mimics too is that they drop the single most amount of gil in here, and I believe in the game as well, at a number of 50,000 per Mimic. So yeah, could be, if you so choose, you could equip the God Hand with Riku if you want, and go about it that way, but yeah, I think I'll probably just... I won't worry about that until I need the money kind of thing. So yeah, so let's bring in Tidus here. Take care of that. One thing you might want to be careful of is that Tidus might actually start missing the Thesauruses. So yeah, in that case, just go with Waka. Yeah. Alright, let's actually have... No, not double cast, let's have Kimahri used a single Demi here. How much damage does it do? So I think it's down to like 15,000 HP. And that's what, 12,000 now, so let's see what Tidus does with this. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. Though it was a crit, but... let's use Yuna. Let's see, no, Holy's not going to do too much. Let's try Orin. Whoa, that was terrible. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, we can probably use Yuna now. One thing to keep in mind with regards to this 1 MP cost stuff is that it only applies in battle. So yeah, outside of battle, if you want to heal, you're going to be paying full price as far as MP goes. So just a heads up there. Alright, and we got it. The Mimic and the Thesaurus. And here's a couple new enemies. The Halma and the Spirit. Spirit's probably the most annoying one, but yeah. So the Halma here, obviously it's armored, so heads up there. Probably going to be using Ornn for this. 13,000 HP, need to do 13,560 damage to overkill it. It is resistant to magic. Expect that to do half damage. And then furthermore, it is weak to fire, and it also resists ice, thunder, and water. So I expect those to do even less damage, so I guess probably 25% of the normal damage for those ones, but obviously don't use them. Weak to, like I said, weak to fire. 20% resistant to sleep, silence, and darkness. It is immune. They are immune to sensor and scan. Zanma to a level of 1. And you can steal 3 high pillow potions or 2 shadow gems as the rare steal. And you can bribe them for 20 supreme gems for bribing it for 20 times its normal of it. It's 20 times its maximum HP. So yeah. All right. In this case, let's bring Lulu in again. A couple of demis. The most irritating part of the Spirit is its counterattack. So yeah, it releases that stuff. Alright, let's bring in Riku and get rid of it with some Albed potions. If only we had alchemy on her weapon. If only. Alright. Ornn, go, finish that off. Let's bring in Kimahri, make sure he gets something out of this at least. Ow. Ow. Alright, let's bring in Yuna. Oh, I suppose I should go into the Spirit thing here as well. Alright, the Spirit had 10,000 HP. You need to do 13,560 damage to overkill it. Expect your physical attacks to do 75% of the normal damage. Agility of 24. Resistant to fire, ice, water, and holy. And absorbs thunder, so heads up there. Immune to sleep, silence, darkness, poison, petrification, slow, zombie, death, sensor, scan, and armor break. You can steal 1 to 2 stamina springs from it, and you can also steal bribe twin stars from it as well. So heads up there. Alright, let's get rid of the Spirit. Hopefully this will still do enough damage. Go, and actually I'm going to have Kimahri defend here. I want to heal him up for obvious reasons. He's Sentinel on Ornn. Ow! Knock it off! Enemies in here are too strong. Anyways, Sentinel again. Kimahri. Yuna. Ornn. There we go. Yeah, I suppose I should say that since we got 1 MP cost on Yuna, pretty much there's no reason to use anything but Kiraga, so yeah. Hooray for that. Alright, what happens if... yeah, let's defend with Yuna. And yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for. Yuna getting her turn before Ornn, and then have Ornn finish it off. Where is Ornn? There we go. Hiding behind Kimahri there. Alright. So that was the Spirit and the Halma.
That's how it's done.
And here's another new enemy. The Makia. Makia has 18,000 hit points. I think that's how you say its name. 18,000 hit points. You need to do 13,560 damage to overkill it. Expect your physical attacks to do just over 75% of the normal damage. Very slightly resistant to magic attacks, like a magic defense of 10. So yeah, 10 over 255 or 256. Yeah. So yeah. Has an agility of 39, so it is pretty quick. I think it's only second to the Thesaurus. No elemental affinities. Immune to sleep, poison, sensor, scan, and power break. Zanmato level of 1. It is 95% resistant to darkness and 20% resistant to silence. Pardon me. You can steal 2 high potions or a stamina tonic as the rare steal. And you can bribe chocobo wings from it as well. I believe if you bribe it 20 times its maximum HP, you can get around 60 chocobo wings. So there you go. Which could come in handy at some point, but not until post-game. Alright, yeah, so we'll get the Makia here. What do we want to do here? Probably going to go with the usual routine here. Bring in Lulu. Double cast Demi. See what that drops him down to. So that's what, 1125, 11,250, I guess. And that's what, about 7,000. Alright, let's see what Titus can do as far as this goes. Not bad. Wow. That was actually a lot better than I was expecting. Let's bring in Kamari, though, so he can partake of the damage here. Let's see what this does. Oops. Oh, wait, no. I was looking at the wrong enemy there. The bestiary. Alright, and... Oop. Wow, that doesn't happen very often while I'm recording. I sneezed. Anyways. Well, let's bring in Yuna. So, although it is strong to ice, thunder, and water, or no, keep looking at the wrong enemy. The Halma is right above it on the bestiary, and that's what I'm looking at now. So just used Holy here. If only Holy targeted more than one enemy, but it does not. I guess that's a compromise for it being the most powerful spell in the game. Alright, and here's another new enemy. The Floating Death. 6,700 hit points. 10,050 damage to overkill, resistant to magic attacks. Resistant to magic attacks, so expect those to do half damage. No elemental affinities, immune to darkness, sensor, and scan. Zanmato level 1. 20% resistant to sleep and silence, and you can steal 4 to 5 musks from it. And you can bribe it for some gambler's spirits as well. Gambler's spirits are pretty good for Riku's mixes, but we'll be getting a nice hefty chunk of them shortly. So yeah. Alright, and to deal with this, same routine I guess, bro, so far. Double cast Demi to drop the HPs. And just take them out however you see fit. Titus. Let's bring in Kamari, make sure he gets some action in here. And let's take out the other one as well with Titus. Ow, where's Yuna? And let's have Waka take care of the Floating Death.
I'm on a roll!
And another new enemy, The Monolith. Probably the easiest enemies in here to deal with, but they can also be rather irritating as well. Just taking a look at the stats up there. Yeah, breath can petrify you, but it can also do some other nasty things. I think it can actually curse you as well, so heads up there. I think it uses curse and an ability that can curse you and silence you after you cast magic on it, so yeah. I think it's only counter attacks though, so heads up there. So these things have 45,000 hit points each. Oh, so we can use they are not immune to sensor. 13,560 damage to overkill. No resistance to physical or magical attacks. However, it is resistant to fire, ice, thunder, water. Weak to holy. Immune to sleep, poison, petrification, zombie, death, provoke. And it is 50% resistant to silence, darkness, and power break, and has Zonma level of 1. You can steal 2 petrified grenades from him, and you can bribe them for level 3 key spheres. So, really healthy supply of 40 of them by bribing at 900,000 gil. So, something to keep in mind for whenever we may need some more level 3 key spheres. So, yeah. Alright, so let's bring in Lulu.
Allow me.
Good old Demi. Yeah, Pharaoh's Curse, Silence, Curse, Poison. Yeah, pretty nasty. How much HP do they have left? Which actually should be enough for Yuna. Alright. There. Let's bring in Yuna.
Alright.
I think I may just swap Lulu out. Instead of worrying about using an Albed potion on her. Pushovers. Anyways. Now for the next ones. Alrighty, these guys I believe only show up in 3s, so yeah, the boroughs. Boroughs has 20,000 HP each. Need to do 13,560 damage to overkill them. Expect physical attacks to do about 75% of the normal damage. Magic attacks, they got a magic defense of 20, so slightly resistant to magical attacks. Agility of 28. Absorb fire, as one might be able to guess. No other elemental affinities. Immune to sleep, threaten, censor, scan, and eject. 20% resistant to silence and darkness, and Zonmato level of 1. You can steal 3 to 4 fire gems from them, and you can bribe shining gems from them. So, yeah. Hefty chunk of them too. So, yeah. Alright, so, yeah. Rinse and repeat, really?
Let's end this.
Yeah, let's. Where's Kamari? Where's Yuna?
Let them come.
Yeah, let's have him. Let's see if Kamari can take out the other two. Using Blazog is just for the sake of continuity. They are not weak to it, so wow, they do not take a lot of damage from it. Oh well, I'll just make it easier for you, I guess. I probably lowered the HP enough that I could probably bring in somebody else to finish off the third one. Which I think I will do. Titus. He's the strongest one. Ooh, nice. And the next one is the Master Curl. I believe you can run into Ahrimans in here as well, so yeah, if you see me cursor over to a floating death for some reason, that's why. So yeah, you can run into Ahrimans in here as well. Alright, so we got the Master Curl here. Considerably more dangerous than the Comlan's, I guess, sisters, if you will? I don't know. I don't know if they're male or female, but anyways, I think these ones might actually be male, but... So the Master Curl's 13,000 HP. Oh, actually not immune to Censor. Alright. 13,000 HP, need to do 13,560 damage to overkill them. Expect your magic attacks to do about 1/6 less damage, I guess around there. Agility of 23, immune to Ice and Thunder, and immune to Threaten as well. 20% resistant to Sleep, Silence, and Darkness. Zanmato level of 1. You can steal 2 to 4 Farplane Shadows. Pardon me. And you can bribe them for a Warp Sphere. So, yeah. Alright, so let's bring in Lulu. Double cast Demi. So in case you're wondering, I have not actually gone back to the save sphere since I started doing this, so yeah. So to give you an idea of the... I figure that's probably a good way to go about this. Just for the sake of... probably bring in Kamari here. Just to, I guess, make it a bit more real-world applicable, I guess you could say. Yuna to heal him up. And Waka to finish it off.
It's over.
Nice.
I'm on a roll.
Alright, another new enemy, the Black Element. Pardon me. 7,600 hit points, you need to do 11,400 damage to overkill it. Highly resistant to physical attacks. It doesn't have a perfect defense against it, but it does have a defense of 240, so pretty close to having a perfect defense. No resistance to magical attacks, though. No elemental affinities. Immune to Sleep, Darkness, Poison, Petrification, Zombie, Censor, and Scan. 20% resistant to Silence. Level 1 Zanmato. You can steal a High Potion or 4 Shining Gems as the rare steal. And you can bribe it for Black Magic Spheres. So there we go. It actually doesn't drop any equipment, according to my bestiary here, too. So there we go. Alright, where's Lulu? And of course we got the our old friend, the Spirit there. Fortunately, it doesn't counter every single one of these casts, so yeah. Where's Yuna?
Yuna here.
Indeed. I think the black elements can actually cast Flare, if my memory is not mistaken, so heads up there. I'm going to take care of the Spirit first, though. Oh, just looking at... I did that before I looked at Lulu's HP. Well, here's hoping they don't do it in the next turn. Probably should have brought Kamari in first, but oh well. Oops. I'm probably going to have Yuna do this, so yeah, just have Kamari defend, Yuna... Hit it with Holy. And bring in... Well, I guess I don't need to bring in Riku, because, yeah. Oh, well, bring her in anyway. Oh, uses Demi. Good to know. Yeesh, Riku. You're so fast. Try and get to Yuna here. Okay, so I believe the Black Element is the last enemy that is exclusive to this part of the Omega Ruins. But I think I'm going to demonstrate the other ones. There's actually one particular enemy that is exclusive to the next part of the ruins, so I think I'm probably still going to do the rest of them, and then, yeah, worry about the exclusive ones in their exclusive areas, so yeah. Hello there! No, probably guess what part of this thing's name is. The Great Malboro. What's so great about it? Well, as you saw there, it ambushed us, even though we have initiative and first strike. First strike is the only way to get the first strike in this battle. Initiative basically doesn't work on it. So yeah. In this case, let's see what Lulu can do with Demi. How much HP you can drop off. So yeah, the Great Malboros have 64,000 hit points, so obviously Demi's going to do a lot of damage to it. 13,560 damage to overkill, no resistant to physical or magical attacks, weak to fire, immune to ice and water, immune to sleep, silence, darkness, poison, petrification, slow, zombie, threat, and death. Haste is 50% resistant to all 4 of the breaks, and is on Zanmato level 2. You can steal a remedy or a monotonic as the rare steal, and you can bribe wings to discovery from them. So yeah. Alright, let's see what this does to it. We've got 3 turns. Or I guess 2 turns to decide exactly what we want to do here. So it's 24, so it's down to 40,000 HP. And that's what, 25,000, so Kimari. Ooh, this could be a bad idea. This could be... Actually, no, let's use Firaga. I was going to use Demi. I was like, why would I? Alright, this should be easy then. The thing is, you can use Provoke on it, but the problem is, unlike the other Malboros, this thing's spitting attack hits all party members, and it does a significant amount of damage. So, yeah. And bring in Yuna to finish it off.
I'm here.
Indeed you are. Do your thing. Show us your stuff, as Donna would say.
Thank you, everyone.
And you can get bad breath from it as well, with Kimari if you didn't get it previously, so yeah. And here's another one. Diablos, is that you? No, this is Varuna. Looks a lot like him, but anyways. Varuna, 56,000 HP. I believe this thing has the highest amount... Oh, no, sorry. I just thought something that had the higher HP. 56,000 HP, you need to do 11,000, 36 damage to overkill it. Expect your physical attacks to do just over 75% of the normal damage. Slightly resistant to magical attacks, so magic defense of 10, agility of 26. Strong to all 4 elements, as you can see there, but it is weak to holy, so yeah, as its demonic-looking nature would suggest. Immune to sleep, silence, darkness, poison, slow, zombie, threaten, death, provoke, reflect, delay attacks, magic break, and armor break. And 80% resistant to petrification. And Zanmato level 1, you can steal a Farplane Wind or a Shining Gem as the rare steal, and you can bribe Mega Elixirs from it as well. And as you can see there, at the start of every single battle, even if you've got first strike equipped, it automatically casts haste. So yeah, I believe it's its version of an auto haste effect. So yeah, because if you dispel it, he just casts it right back on again. So yeah. Alright. Lulu, Kamari, Yuna, pretty much.
So, how shall we do this?
We might actually want to have Kamari do this here. And I probably didn't need to do that, but just wanted to be safe.
Who makes these things?
Hey there, cutie! Master Tonberry, the second last of the enemies up here in the first area. Alright. 48,000 hit points, 13,560 damage to overkill, very slightly resistant to physical attacks, has a defense of 10, agility of 18, has a strength of 47, so it's pretty strong as well, so heads up there. Resistant to all elements, except for one of them, I think. The resource I have had said that it was also resistant to holy, but anytime I've used holy on it, it seems to do pretty normal damage, so yeah. Pardon me. Immune to silence, darkness, poison, petrification, slow, zombie, threaten, death, provoke. Delay attacks, eject, and all 4 breaks. 99% resistant to sleep, so guess how is the only 2 ways you're going to be able to get sleep on it reliably. And has Zanma to level of 1. You can steal Mana Spring or a Tetra Elemental from it as the rare steal. And you can bribe pendulums from them. So yeah, if you ever want to get Master Thief to anybody else, this is the guy to go to. So yeah, keep in mind it's very expensive. I think it's like 960,000 gil for an average of 3 of them. So yeah, heads up there. Alright, so this thing, every time you attack it, it will counterattack. Wow, that was a lot of damage. With Karma. I believe Karma is calculated by the number of enemies that character has defeated times 10. So yeah, do not attack with Tidus unless you want him to die. So yeah, he's probably killed quite a few of them. I guess this is an easy way to find out how many you've actually killed kind of thing, but yeah. Alright, so in this case, let's just, actually... Best way to go with this, obviously, is, magic attacks, so yeah. Alright, let's use Sleep Buster.
Good night.
Wow, 10,000. Nice. Alright, obviously that's only going to apply for one of its turns, so we got to get to work here. So it's around 38,000 HP left. 25. And what about 17 or 16? 16 or 17 there. Let's bring in Kamari. Let's see if I'm right. No, I guess it is fairly resistant to it. Alrighty. I guess I must have been thinking of another enemy. Alright, well. How much HP? So that's 7,000, so it's probably around just under 10,000 HP. It's resistant to that stuff. Bring in Tidus.
Got you covered.
Nah, I won't bother. Let's just defend. Yeah. Defend. Come on, I want Yuna's turn. There we go. And I'll finish off with Tidus if this doesn't finish it off. Alright. Whoops. I forgot it woke up. Oh well. She hasn't done much, but Tidus has. Alright, I believe there's only one more enemy up here for me to demonstrate, and I guess I'll be back when I run into it. And here it is, the Adamantoise, probably the... Well, let's put it this way. Remember when we were putting our capturing equipment together and I mentioned there was one enemy, even though more enemies are susceptible to death than petrification, there is one enemy that makes it worthwhile to put Stone Strike on one of the capturing weapons. This is that enemy. This thing is extremely irritating. Oh, let's put it this way. There's one, just for the sake of making you aware of the one ability this thing has that makes this fight either take an extremely long time or it can wipe you out. It's called Earthquake. Obviously, it jumps up, it shakes the ground, and it also delays your return a lot. To the point where even if you're hasted, it actually it really delays your turn quite a bit. So yeah, it is really easy for things to get out of hand here. So yeah. Alright, the Adamantoise, 54,400 HP. You need to do 11,036 damage to overkill. Has a defense and magic defense of 90, so expect physical and magical attacks to do... What, that would probably be, what, about 2/3 of the normal damage or so, just under. Agility of 15, so it is fairly slow like this, but like I said, that Earthquake attack makes it seem it's a lot quicker. Absorbs fire, as you can see there. No other elemental affinities. Immune to slow, zombie, threaten, death, demi, delay. So yeah, it's immune to delay, demi as well, so that makes this fight even more irritating if you don't have Stone Strike. Immune to power break and magic break as well. 80% resistant to petrification, so even that 20%, it's worth it to use it. So yeah, I'm probably going to be having Waka and Kimari switch over, and yeah. 75% resistant to poison, 20% resistant to sleep, silence, and darkness, and has a Zanmato level of 3, so yeah. And it also has healing waters, and you can steal healing water and a stamina tablet as a rare steal, and you can bribe special seers from it as well. I actually want to get 4 healing waters if possible. So let's see, let's have a... Oh, darn. Well, I think I just shot myself in the foot with that. Yeah, let's bring in Kimari. We'll have him steal. I'm probably going to take the... Alright, let's bring in Tidus to Hastka.
This isn't just a rock, is it?
No, Tidus. No, it is not. There we go. Let's take Riku off the Buccaneer. Hopefully we'll still be able to get 2 of them anyway. Got 1. Because yeah, we need 4 of them. Alright, that's that. Anything else I want to worry about here? I probably could get Waka over onto his catcher. Oops, that was Riku. Birthday. Come on, guys, you can do it. Ah, well, actually, that wasn't too bad. Alright, we got 2. Alright, I'm just gonna have him keep stealing until we get Stone Strike to hit it, so... I suppose I could Hastka, but with Kimari. Ow! Okay, Join in the fun, Marka. Come on, that 20% has got to hit at some point. Preferably before it starts using Earthquake.
Look sharp.
Let's just keep trying to steal. Alright, that's number 3. So yeah, obviously hey, we got it! And we captured one as well.
I'm on a roll.
Whole idea was that just to get stone on it. And there we go. Alright, so that is all 50... Well, that is pretty much all except for one enemy, or I guess technically 2 enemies that we haven't run into in here. So yeah. But they are located somewhere else, so yeah. And as you can see, I did run into all of them up here, so huzzah for that. Now, we've got a lot of sphere levels to use with Kimahri, so that might actually be enough to take him up to the end of the sphere grid, but I guess we'll have to figure that out. Just how far that takes him next time. This is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you so much for watching this extra long episode of Final Fantasy X HD. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope this was, despite its length, hopefully it was helpful as I hope it is. And yeah, next time, if we can get to the end of the sphere grid with as many sphere levels as Kimahri has, then we can pretty much just run straight to that lift we saw at the back and see where exactly that leads and see what awaits us. Alright, so this is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. Liking the video makes it easier for other people to find the video so that they can watch it and enjoy it as well. And be sure to hit subscribe and enable notifications for yourself so you can keep up with the series here and any future uploads. Keep in mind I do not upload on Thursdays and Fridays, and if any other days a video does not go live, be sure to check my feed at twitter.com/intrepid83, and yeah, be sure to share this video or the playlist with any friends, family, anybody else you think may enjoy it as well. The link to the playlist is in the video description, and as always, comments are welcome. Just please keep them spoiler-free and speculation-free, and we thank you for your caution in that regard. And obviously, spoilers encompass anything that, any names, places, events that have not happened in the game yet, have not been mentioned by the game yet, and have not been mentioned by me in commentary. Alright, take care, be blessed, and have a good one.